You get stale.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
You forget about things like stale.
Popcorn. Popcorn. Stale popcorn.
Popcorn.
Pop.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
Hello and welcome to the Stale Popcorn Podcast. I'm Steven, and with me as always is my good buddy Chris. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We got quite the show for folks. If you want to take a jaunt, skip around, there's timestamps below. We're going to be talking about the new Josh Hartnett movie, Fight or Flight, and then we got Last of Us Season 2 episode, whatever we're on, and some movie news. So we'll jump right into it. Do you mind if I start with some news, Chris?
I don't mind. Let's hear it, Steve. I'm eager to hear.
As a beaver. You ever play Elden Ring?
No, I've seen people play it.
Yeah? Just on YouTube watching people play it?
Just in person. I'm pretty sure I might have even seen you play it once or twice.
Ooh, maybe, yeah. Good news. A movie based on Elden Ring is reportedly in development at A24. With Alex Garland in talks to direct.
What has Garland done?
Oh, he's the man among men, Chris. Ex Machina. Civil War, 28 years.
That man.
Annihilation, yes, indeed. That was the most exciting news I found. There's a bunch of random ones, but I was like, that's the one I want to report on.
Now, is it a real story-driven, like a Witcher, Last of Us type sitch?
Who's to say?
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll be that person that watches it and hasn't played the game, and you'll just be like, yeah, I wonder what's going to happen this episode.
Yeah.
They're going golfing.
You got any news for me, bud?
Zach Krager. You heard? He's in The Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh, yes. And yeah.
He directed Barbarian. He's got another movie coming out this summer called Weapons.
Oh, yeah.
I watched Barbarian, and I went in that blind, and I liked it a lot. So I'm going to go into this Weapons blind here, and I'm excited just because I like the director and I like his last film. But apparently the movie script was so good that the bidding war for it reached $38 million. And in response to losing the movie, Jordan Peele fired his management.
Oh.
It's a good script. Apparently, Peele was all he wanted it.
Yeah, that's saying a lot.
Krager beat him.
Jordan Peele's got some hitters. Him's coming out later this year. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for that. About that football player who's...
Oh, yeah. It's got...
Wayne's...
Bloody scary movie guy. I got a list of the Rotten Tomatoes scores for all 16 Marvel movies that have come out since Endgame.
Ooh.
I was just curious, can you guess the top 5 highest? We're talking critic here.
Okay, top 5 highest since Endgame. You got to put No Way Home up there.
It's number 1, 93%.
Okay. Guardians 3.
That's number 6. 82%.
Okay. Thunderbolts just came out.
Sorry, New Avengers.
The New Avengers, yes.
That's number 4, 88%.
Okay. I'm having a hard time. Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine? That's got to be third.
It's like number 8.
Really? Okay. Jeez.
78%.
Wow, okay. What's the top 5 then? I don't know.
Got number 2, Shang-Chi.
Really?
92%. Okay. Number 3, Spider-Man Far From Home. And then New Avengers, and then Wakanda Forever.
Okay. I personally don't agree with that list.
I don't agree. I was going to ask you, what would be your top 3 since Endgame?
Well, I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I heard that one's up there.
It's good.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. I'll put Thunderbolts up there, and Deadpool and Wolverine, probably.
I'm going Spider-Man, No Way Home. Controversial. Doctor Strange 2. I liked it. I feel like no one else really liked it, but I liked it. I thought it was a fun time. And then number 3, I'm going to go Deadpool Wolverine.
You like Doctor Strange 2 better than Wolverine?
Yeah, I think so. Call me crazy. Call me Gnarls Barkley here, but...
it's that Sam Raimi isms.
I think it is.
I get that. Glenn's Corner, where I'm sitting in the corner looking at nothing but a picture of Glenn.
J.J. Abrams' untitled upcoming film starring Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, Emma Mackey, and Samuel L. Jackson has officially begun filming.
Oh boy, what a cast. Great, stellar cast. Emma Mackey, she was in the Barbie movie, I believe. She's the gal who looks just like Margot Robbie, if I recall. Great
Samuel
cast.
L. Jackson, he was in Barbie
he
too,
was
right?
Too, yeah, he voiced one of the Barbies.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Hitters all around.
You been watching any films, any shows? What you been up to here?
Chris, I finally finished the show that I've been eager to talk to you about.
Oh.
Common Side Effects. Have you heard of it?
Something about if it lasts more than 4 hours? Or...
Yeah, that's one of them, yeah. No, so this is from one of the makers of Scavenger's Reign, a show that I'm a big fan of.
You love.
Mm-hmm. So it's
cartoon?
It's an animated show. You can find it on Adult Swim or HBO. It's just, for lack of a better term, really good. I don't know how else to put it. I really enjoyed it. Essentially, what happens is it asks the questions, what would happen if there was like a mushroom that could heal anything? Simple premise.
I often wonder that. Yeah.
But simple premise, but it centers around this main guy named Marshall. He's a mycologist, a mushroom nerd, and he accidentally finds it. And it just, what would happen from the standpoint of like big pharma, CIA, government agencies who have their own agendas. And it's just real good. It has some actual commentary on some like our healthcare system and what big pharma does. And without spoiling much, highly recommend watching it. It just finished up the last few episodes a few weeks ago. And,
without spoiling, does Luigi show up here? Or would that be a little too on the nose here?
I mean, there's some things that are on the nose, but fourth wall break, that would have been great. No, but I think one of my favorite things about it is it's actually really funny without trying to be funny. I'd say it's technically like a dramedy. Comedy's not the main aspect of it. It's funny without trying to be funny. And there's like this one big pharma CEO guy who's just a bumbling idiot. You know how middle managements are just like morons, and he's just constantly playing Candy Crush on his phone and can't do the simplest of tasks. That's really funny to watch. There's just like little moments in the animation that make it really funny and engaging. So highly recommend. If we're rating, I would give that like a 6-minute standing ovation. Ooh. It's really good.
How many sods? How long are the sods here?
The sods are probably 20-30 minutes, and I think there's 9 or 10 episodes. So worth your time, I'd say. Yeah.
All right. I'll check it out here.
How about yourself, bud?
You heard?
I've heard with Purd.
And I'm not talking Soldier Boy here.
Dang it. Well, then I'm not. I'm the wrong one.
So you haven't heard of it, huh?
I watched the first season, but fell off since then. But
I remember liking the first season. Second season was probably my favorite. Third season was fine. And then I think it was like the fourth season. You know, they always have the one where they end up in like London or it was London or France or something. And I was like, can't really even bother finishing this. But then the wife, she got into it. And you know, these women, they're into these shows with the psychopath, the serial killers, that they eat this up here. And so season 5 comes out. Oh, we want to watch this? Sure. It was fine. Like, it's better than the last season. I don't know how to say this politely, but basically each season you got Joe Goldberg, and each season he's like, oh, someone else, he's into this new girl. And I want you to look up, just look up season 5, You Girl. And then I want you to open up another browser and look up Rumpelstiltskin Shrek. And tell me if you...
Hold on. Chris.
Is that a little too much here?
Jeez. Come on now. They did her dirty, man. Wow, look at these memes.
I know.
Jeez. The internet is quick and rude. Goodness gracious.
They are rude.
She's an attractive enough lady. I mean, some of the screenshots, I
think they just set her up for failure because it's like it's kind of like Outer Banks or like a Gossip Girl. It's like every single character is obscenely hot, where it's like, that's the unrealistic part, not the like, all the drama and the crazy stuff. It's like, how is everyone so hot in this show? Even like the ugly, nerdy people are still super hot. It's like, normally that's how this show is.
Yeah.
And then they bring in like a, normal looking person. They just kind of set her up for failure here. But
well, one man's Rumpelstiltskin's another man's Shrek, if you know what I mean.
yeah, exactly. But the show itself, it was fine. It's all over. The show's done. If you're into those kind of, if you've seen the other seasons, better than last season. It's probably about on par with like a season 3 or a season 1 type of show. But overall, I'll probably give it like 2 minutes standing up. That's all I seen it. Besides the show, Last of Us episode, whatever we're on here.
4?
Yes. I think so. How many? This is going to be 7 total?
I think so. Yeah, we're almost done, which is outrageous to me.
Yeah.
I figure we should start with some cons and then finish on some high notes. You want to do it that way instead of going over everything, or what do you want to do?
Sure, let's do some cons and end some high.
This episode, getting raked over the coals. First of all, did you like it? Was it better than the last?
Did people not like this episode?
No,
or is it the whole "I'm your dad" or no, I'm a daddy" that part?
Yeah. To me, Christopher, it doesn't seem like Ellie's focused as much as she needs to be. She needs to be hell-bent on this revenge quest. And right now, it kind of just seems like a romantic getaway between two gals. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're focusing so much on her and Dina, because then she'll have another driving force. Maybe something will happen to Dina later in the season where it's like, oh man, another reason to hate WLF or whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, the inciting incident of Joel dying doesn't seem in the front seat anymore. It's in the trunk. It's hidden, among the tire irons. I don't know. What do you think?
It's very different than the game. It's like it has the same type of, they go to the guitar shop, she plays Take On Me, Dina's just randomly crying. I'm like, all right, that's a bit much here. But then when she finds out she's pregnant, in the show, she's like happy and like she got a big old grin. I'm a daddy. And I'm like, oh, I'm not sure.
I think you're missing some equipment there, bro.
They're kind of like talking about it, but it's like, oh, we're still gonna stick this out here. We're gonna keep going. And then the game, it's like she finds out she's pregnant. Ellie finds out, and she immediately is like, "How long you known this? You've known for weeks. Why would you keep this? Like you're holding." It's like complete opposite, where she's like mad at her.
Understandably, yeah.
And that's more of the driving revenge. Like I gotta get these killers. Like you're just gonna hold me back here and probably dangerous for you, all these type of things. So yeah, kind of different. And this one's like Ellie is getting more likable in the sense where she's more like jokey, I guess, lighthearted, but it is also kind of like, I don't really know if that's the mood. Like, oh, you're going to revenge to murder people that killed your dad, basically. You forget that's the reason behind it because they're like joking about stuff,
Yeah.
Where I feel like I wasn't really getting that vibe in the game.
Yeah, I agree. A series of events that have happened here. It very much plays out like a video game where they have the action sequence and then they go into that little chapel and they're like, here, let's board up the thing. And then here's the cutscene. That little cutscene, that interchange between them where she's like, I'm immune. And then they wait and then they make out clunky as all get out. I was like, what is happening? It's like,
yeah.
It just didn't work for me personally, just because I don't buy their chemistry, if I'm being honest. And it just really irked me because it seems like if Frodo and Sam had this mission to go destroy the ring and then they just hang out in the marshes and are butt buddies for a little bit. It's like, what do you know? Do you remember the taste of cream, Mr. Frodo? Jizz boy, you remember Josh Beck in this episode?
Oh yeah. Well, I know that ain't who I think it is.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. It just was like turned on a dime and not for the betterment of it, I feel. I don't know. Also, Ellie, maybe wash your hands before engaging in such relations. I don't know. Your hands are filthy.
What better time than... I think it's kind of weird because Dina is scared because she's like, she could be infected and she's like staying away. She's about to shoot her. And then she's like, oh, she woke up from her nap and she's not a zombie. I guess we're clear. And like, even like you'd think if someone was that standoffish, they're like, well, I'm not going to like, connect and exchange bodily fluids and such. Like I'm giving a few days before we get into this territory, but nah, which also got me to think because Ellie, obviously she'd been bit years before and she figures out she's immune, but how does she know that like she can't transfer it to someone else? You know what I mean? Like just because like if you got COVID or whatever, but you show no symptoms, you could still, get other people. Like, is she just like reckless, that first guy? She's just like, or first girl or whoever she kisses. She's like, this person, I like him enough to kiss him, but not enough that I worry that I might actually turn them to a zombie, Yeah.
But I guess there are some good things in this episode.
Yes.
Jeffrey Wright.
He looks just like the character in the game, actually.
Don't you dare. I thought you were going to say looks just like Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. You remember him in the game, though?
Vaguely, yeah.
It's literally like him in the game.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I'm like, I assume they'll probably try and get him for the show. but you never know, you know.
You love to see him torture a guy.
Yep, you
Dick
love
and
that
balls.
first shot. Yeah, just like, oh,
Gosh. Did you need
that's
to show
something
that?
you're just not expected to see. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I just want to know the director's like, no, it's crucial to show this in the scene.
Yeah, he was a great addition to it. I can't wait to see where that goes. I just really like Dina as a character. She's got what it takes, right? She's surviving in such a way. She's experienced. There's
She's
moments
counting them clickers.
Yeah, she was in listening mode. She pressed L3 or whatever it is. You know?
Yeah, she had that sonar radar
Yeah.
detector activated ability.
That train scene was all right.
Oh, when they're running from the
Through
zombies?
yeah. It was
Yeah, I think that
pretty
whole, like, leading up to that was great. So, like, when they climb up the window and then they see all the bodies and then the wolf show up and they're, like, hiding and they don't know that they're in there, but they're, like, looking for them. Like, that's intense. Like, that was probably my favorite scene of the season so far.
Really? It didn't
Like,
feel
it was-
like the game a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's felt more like the game, but this one is more scary. It's rare that I'm that stressed or like that anxious. I'm like, yeah, they're getting chased and they crawl through the little hole thing into the subway with all the zombies there and they're running like that whole, probably 15 minutes straight. It's really good. Overall, I like the episode a lot, mainly because of that action sequence.
Another thing that I really appreciated, the set design, really good. I liked it. Liked it a lot. When they're going through Seattle, all that stuff looks really good. And the music store specifically, it just looks great. Looks right out of the game. And it's really, I like I get it, you know, where amongst all this tragedy and death and decay, you see the lone guitar preserved and in all of its glory, just like their love can bloom from the ashes and, you know, something good can come out of something bad. And I was like, I get it. It's there.
Gotta give Bella props here because they do the same exact pretty much guitar scene where she's playing the song Take On Me. And she sounds like it's very similar. Like it was impressive acting for her. Something I'm curious about is in the game, they're behind Tommy, like they're chasing after him, like he's ahead. So like in the game, he's already like tied up some people, like killed a couple of them, got answers, and they're kind of just like following his breadcrumbs. I'm just curious if he's coming or not, or how that's going to work.
I think they will, yeah.
I assume he's coming. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of just curious how it's going to wrap up. But I'm excited.
Well, with that being said, Chris, do you want to move on to the main course of this episode? We finished up the appetizers, the good appetizers here. Now we're moving on. We're going to be talking Fight or Flight, starring Josh Hartnett, that chick from Bridgerton.
Sure.
Katie Sackhoff.
The bee lady.
What?
I think.
The bee lady?
I see my wife watched the show. I remember there's some lady that she can't get stung by bees. I think it might have been her. But I could just be profiling right now.
You're on the right track, Christopher. However,
You seen the show?
I'm an avid watcher of Bridgerton,
sorry.
Christopher. I have a wife who loves it, therefore I love it. So, no, you got it all wrong. Jonathan Bailey's father died from being stung by a bee, Christopher.
Oh.
Therefore, when Jonathan's love interest is near bees, he is worried, Chris. He's worried for her life that she might die because he's such an idiot. His dad was allergic to bees, so he thinks anyone who's stung by a bee will get killed by a bee.
So he's an idiot. What season does Jason Statham come on? I can't remember.
He just appeared on the wrong set. He's looking for the
he's
Meg.
like, hang on a second.
Hang on.
This ain't no Bridgerton.
Anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked. She's in Bridgerton. Katie Sackhoff, who's Bo-Katan and Mandalorian. So what we'll do, we give a quick little...
Oh, yeah. She's that annoying, bloody other Mandalorian, ain't she?
Yep, she's one of them. Yep.
I think she was in 24. You ever see that show?
Yes,
Kiefer?
24. Looking back at it now, that show makes no sense at all. Nobody poos or pees for 24 hours?
Nope, never. Yeah, basically, we got Josh Hartnett. He is in
Bangkok. He gets a call from his friend and he says, I know what kind of man you are.
No, what kind of... He's got bleach blonde hair. He's looking like a hunk.
Oh, yes.
He's making me hard net.
Okay.
Ooh. The CIA lady, there's some other guy there, and they're like, oh, there's the ghost. The ghost is over there. And the ghost somehow hacks all the cameras so that wherever she goes, she's like blurred. She's a real hacker. They're trying to get her, and they know, well, she's going to the airport, and she's going to San Francisco. all their agents, they're not going to make it to the plane on time. Last ditch scenario, the CIA or FBI or CSI or CBS, whoever they are.
CSI Miami called Josh Hartnett.
NCIS here. Ice-T himself, he calls and he says, hey, can you go to the airport in 30 minutes? You got to get the ghost. And he's like, no, don't call me. Because he's mad. They're ex-lovers.
They got history, yeah.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett and Ice-T, they used to, they were crushing bones here.
I'd watch that prequel.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And the way they convince him is, you're going to get your life back. Because he's been on the run. He's getting every other day, these Taiwanese, these Thailand, they're attacking him for no good reason. He's fine. Go on the plane. He's got to figure out who's this ghost. And he doesn't know who it is. They don't know who it is. And turns out, there's other people on the plane with mischievous ideas.
What?
Could be good, could be bad. We don't know, but let's find out.
You're telling me it's not as straightforward as you would assume, Christopher?
It's got twists. It's got a twist.
It's got turns. It's got half a turn.
Yes.
Yes, if you fell asleep for a bit, it would be a twist.
Yeah. It's going to be the person you least suspect. Or
but
the
also
first person you think
the
it
most
is.
expect.
but I'm not. But maybe I'm twisting you here, calling me Glenn Powell and Daisy Jones or whatever her name is, because we're twisting her.
I'm titty twisting you right now.
Yes.
Say uncle.
That's my uncle.
Yeah. Anyway, geez. Okay, so what would you rate it? Would you recommend it to people?
I liked it. It's my flick.
I knew it.
It's my type. It's my cup of Joe, my cup of twist. Is that his drink?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It's my cup of film, my type of lemonade here.
As soon as I saw it, I looked down that alley and I said, that's Chris's alley. And
That's
I saw
my
that movie
alley.
right there at the end.
Yeah, you put a line of that on the table, I'm snorting it.
Sure, yeah. What would you rate it?
I think I'm giving it 3 minutes. Standing up, giving it 3 minutes. It's got action. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too serious. It's not like a John Wick or like a Nobody, like that level, but it's
better than Havoc.
It's better than Havoc. It's a funner time. It is a little gruesome some parts. So if you got
That's putting it lightly, Christopher.
If you got a light stomach, maybe you can't handle it. But how about you, Steve? What do you think about this?
I think it's a really fun watch. You don't need to go to theaters and see it. Catch it on streaming. It's a crisp hour 41, which is always nice in my book. I'd probably stand up, give it 3 minutes or so. I wanted to put it at number 2 throughout the movie. I was like, hey, this is good. And then I was like, is Thunderbolts better than this? I don't know. Maybe I'd watch Thunderbolts again over this.
Is your number one Sinners?
Sinners, yes.
Call me a sinner here, but I think I like this better than Sinners. Well, should we get into the spoilers
Let's
here?
spoil
Because
this.
I'm sure the people are dying to know who Ghost is.
Who's the ghost? Guess
and
what?
we're not talking the bloody girl from Ant-Man or Thunderbolts, but she kind of looks like her. I don't know if that's profiling a little bit.
That's a completely different skin tone.
Well, I mean, close enough here.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the woman. She's a 25-year-old Bridgerton woman. Basically, she was child trafficked as a little kid. But then they found out she had a peculiar set of skills.
She's
and
wicked
she could
smart.
hack into the mainframe, so she becomes a real hacker. She's messing with these child trafficking rings here. She's trying to save the children. The bad guys are after her because she's messing their plans. And I don't know if I said, she's wicked smart. She made some bloody brainiac computer thing. And the CIA, they're dirty. They're trying to kill her. And they want this computer. He can make billions. Hand over fist. Hartnett, he ends up getting with the gal here. Teaming up, I should say. And a lot of people on the plane are assassins, hitmans, mercs,
Shaolin monks.
Yes, monks who got the bloody Mulan ancestors.
Yeah.
See my It's a chaos. There's a chainsaw involved, which I wonder how that got on the plane. I guess one of them was a lumberjack maybe and was checking the chainsaw here, but Josh Hartnett and Ghost, and they're going to team up. It makes it seem like there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah, pretty optimistic to end it that way, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, good for them. I'd watch the sequel.
What would you call it, though, Chris?
Fight or Flight or Freeze. And then you throw in Arnold and he says, what killed all the dinosaurs?
The Ice
Age.
I like it. Let's greenlight it. Go ahead. Let's get into some cons here, huh? I got a couple few.
Chill.
My biggest thing, it starts right off the bat. You get a plane scene, and it's like to the slow opera music, and you see everyone on the plane fighting and killing each other. A chainsaw is thrown. It's mayhem, just chaos happening, and then it cuts 12 hours earlier, or whatever, Don't do that. Don't do that. You've ruined the whole movie. You spoiled the whole movie.
Hey, worked in Emperor's New Groove.
Listen.
Checkmate.
No.
What other
Control
movies,
Z that move right now, Chris. you listen here.
No, I gotcha. Let me ask
you
this. Had you seen any trailers for this movie? Because I hadn't seen a trailer. I had no idea what it was about.
No, your wife came in last week and was like, watch this. And I was like, sure. You remember?
Yeah, she was like, I seen the trailers. But so, yes, I agree. I probably should have. Like, you kind of assume there's going to be obviously action on a plane here, or else it'd be a boring movie. But if stuff's going to happen, if somehow a chainsaw is going to show up here,
Can you imagine if you didn't know the monks were involved? Because the whole time I was like, when are these monks going to show up? I was just waiting for these monks, you know what I mean? When's the gun going to come? You know those trailers on the YouTube videos where it's like the 5 seconds before, and it's like, the trailer starts now, and you can skip it? They did that with a movie, Chris. And I couldn't skip it. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. I don't know. As someone who didn't see any of the trailer, I was like, you spoiled I don't know.
I hear you
I'm harping anyway.
I have a question, maybe for my pilot buddy, Dage here. If you're listening, comment below. If you don't, I'll know you're not a true fan here.
Yeah.
But how long can you fly a plane when there's a hole in the side of it? Because they blast a hole, and at first, people are flying out, and then they go down in altitude, and then it just seems like it's fine, and they just keep flying normally. Yeah. I don't know. I'm no meteorologist here or mathematician, but I'd assume it'd be hard to fly a plane, because it's not like even with a small hole, I still feel like it'd be hard, but it's like a pretty giant hole in the side of a plane. Yeah.
Comment below. My extensive knowledge of flying planes and Flight Simulator, I got kicked out because I kept trying to fly the plane into a specific building. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But comment below if you know that answer. Chris, that
was good.
So we kind of touched on it a little bit. There's a scene where it's like he takes some toad venom and he gets real trippy. Ooh. By the way, Josh Hartnett, he's a functioning alcoholic who needs to alcohol at all times.
Soon to be high functioning. Yes. That toad venom.
Exactly. And that's the part where I think they could have done something a little more creative with that. Because it's like fine, but when he's like tripping out, it looks like something you would do on After Effects, just like her face is warping, and I'm like, did you just use the liquefy tool like for a second?
Yeah. Definitely
it's not great. I was like, either commit, like really do something, because there's a part where he like stabs her in the head and like fireworks are shooting out, and he sees the fireworks and he's like all excited, and then you realize that it's blood pouring out. And so I was like, that's cool, but then parts of it weren't as creative as that. I don't know. Minor nitpick. Well, speaking on that topic of blood shooting out of a head, a few weeks ago, Chris, I complained that the movie Companion was a bit too gory for my liking.
Oh,
let me tell you.
So. Yeah.
Let me tell you, Chris. That was a minor nosebleed compared to this atrocity of blood. Just, I don't think, like Novocaine, nothing compared to this, I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this one wasn't bad until a chainsaw.
Yeah,
it's like you get arm breaks and all that, but nothing crazy. But yeah, the chainsaw, I'm like, oh, Steve's going to love this.
No, I was like
some guy's shoulders getting sawed off and
chops a guy's arm off. Yeah. He throws a chainsaw at a man's head, goes through the man's head, yes. And I'm personally am not a fan of the violence and gore to that degree, Christopher, but
yeah.
I think it worked better because it was played for comedy. If it wasn't, I would be more like, I
can't do this.
Yeah.
Another plot point that doesn't make sense to me is she went in as like a kid trafficked, like the child trafficked or whatever. She ends up being like a great hacker. I'm like, how do you like find that out? Like, I assume they're not just letting them play computer. Like, how do you find out she's a hacker? Like, how did she learn to be a hacker?
They have schools, and your test scores for human trafficking.
They're like, hey, I know we're trafficking you, but we got to get that
gotta
math
bump up those grades,
up here.
man. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah.
That's a great question, Chris, and I don't have an answer for you.
It's a sillier movie, so you're not thinking hard at it. But the whole time, I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. So, like, I don't know. It just bugged me for whatever. But I got some pros.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun.
I thought Hartnett was silly and goofy and fun in that order.
Yes.
I thought the action was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good action, better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It was only an hour 41, like you said. Gets to the point. 95% of the movie takes place just on a plane, but it still keeps you engaged. I thought the characters were fun. Well, how about you? What do you got here?
I think it's a lot of fun. I think Flight Risk wants what this movie has. If we're talking stuck on a plane movies of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, much more fun than that. The fights were a lot of fun, but I will say it slightly overstays its welcome. Like the first few fights, you're like, oh yeah, this is fun with the, flamboyant Mexican guy and in the bathroom. And then you get the other ones and they were fun. All of them were really good. I just feel like those first few were stronger than the last ones, in my opinion. They're all good fights. I think the choreography is really fun. There's some really interesting set pieces because it is on a tiny little plane. You go squeeze in here, you go jump around a little bit. Josh Hartnett, heartthrob. He needs to be in more things. Last I saw him was in Black Mirror, and he's really likable in this. Even though he's a bum drunk who drives a taxi all day and just is lame every day. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was just a fun character to watch, and you want him to succeed, and it was just really engaging, and I liked his character a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like this is what I thought Love Hurts would be like.
Yes.
Like that type of movie where it's like a fun action. And obviously, we didn't really like Love Hurts that much, but this is what I was hoping it would be like, and it's a better version of that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's been a few of these kind of movies, actually, this year. Love Hurts. I feel like Novocaine's on the same genre. You got Havoc's kind of in there a little bit. Yeah, I think of those little genre kind of quasi, for lack of a better term, John Wick copies, this is probably the best of this year. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well, if you're listening up to this point, thanks so much for listening. And if you feel privy, if you want to see us keep the lights on here, bloody subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Farmers Only, Grindr, Tinder. What else we got? Bumble.
Black People Meet.
TikTok.
That's all I got. Thanks for listening. Have a good week.
Bye.
Popcorn. Pop, 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 pop.
This is the
Stale. Popcorn.
Popcorn!